Hello everybody, Corn here and welcome to my channel. This is take 2. This is a different kind of video because I think everybody has their own way of doing this, and I was working on some things and I asked Handsome, I said, do you think anybody would be interested in a video like this? And he said, I think they would. So I realize that this isn't going to be a popular one, but because a lot of it's self-explanatory, I think, but I would love to know if anybody else out there has a way of packaging paper and other craft items to donate to either Goodwill or their favorite thrift store or church bazaar or what have you. And there was a time back when I started, what was that, about 4 years ago, that I just basically, I didn't try to organize anything or think that I just donated. And this was all brought up because Heather, whose channel name here is Gypsy Crafter Journals, and I will list her below. Her video before last, she had gotten some new supplies for her craft room organization. And she's in the UK. And I think we talked in the comments back and forth about donating, and she does donate some items also. If I'm going to reorganize or change things up a bit in my craft room, which I do periodically, not tons, but when I do it, I go through everything, and I mean everything, and it takes about a week for me to do this, not because I have tons of stuff, but because I have other things in my life going on. And I'll just like hit some shelves and go through every single thing on the shelf. And I will say this too, I'm going to tell on myself. I actually, because I had things set up for so many years, if I move things around, I actually forget where I put things, and then I have a real search of, where did I put those pliers? I know they're in here somewhere. And if you've seen my craft room, you know it's very small, so it's like, it doesn't have far to go, you know. So when I go through everything, I notice that there's some things I've been hoarding, and I personally think I don't need that much of it. Like when I have a paper pad, all that noise in the background, last time I did a video in the craft room and left the window open, you all said you loved hearing the birdies. Unfortunately, you're also going to hear the traffic. But the birdies just a minute ago before I hit the record button, oh my lands, they were just talking up a storm right outside the window. It was fascinating. Excuse me, I'm sorry about my voice, but it's early, very early in the morning. I do not have, as you can see, I do not have my craft light on because we're going to be dealing with reflective materials. The first thing I do is, I know a lot of y'all do the same thing. We save our packaging. This is, I have just a few other ones left, but this is like 4 years of me. And it's not tons, but because I used quite a bit today, the past few days. But from small to the stuff that the 12 by 12 paper comes in, if you get it like at the rubber buggy, just a couple of sheets, stuff like that. So first time I grab these, put them in the craft room so that they're there for me to pick what size I need and all that good stuff. The first thing I do, you all know that I have a container from Dollar Tree that sits to my right hand, And whenever I have these little scraps left over from a project, I keep them. Because you all also know I do a lot of teeny tiny punches and work with stuff like that. And I would just go in to that scrap area and grab something and just punch off of those. But every once in a while, when I know I'm not going to use it anymore, or I know that I've got, you know, half a sheet in the drawer, it's like in the purple drawer like this one, I know I have more. So why do I need, you know what I mean? I tell myself, why are you needing so much? So what I'll do is just take one of those packages, and if the sticky adhesive here is still in good shape, I'm like, yay, and I leave it alone. If it is not in good shape, then depending on what's inside, if it's something more vintagey, I go with this washi tape and close it. Or if it's more shabby chic or spring colors or pastels, I go with this one. And I've had those for years. And just put that and close it with that. And this is a very diverse scrap pack. So I won't label this one because it's self-explanatory, you know. It's got papers from a whole lot of different packs, so, and different designers. So, and this time, because I've done so many without organizing, I had 2 of these. Then, let's put those over there. Then there's things like Prima paper. Now we all know when we get a Prima paper pad, sometimes we get, or most times at least 4 or 5 of the same design. And there will be times when we need it. And there are crafters who do so much and sell so many cards and things of that nature at crafts fair. They need them all. They need all those sheets of paper because for selling. I personally don't. So because I don't, I will take out, depending on how much is left in the pad, I will take out, this was 2 I had of these, 1 sheet of each, so that, and it's labeled. Okay? I hope that's not too shiny on there. And so it can, you know what I mean, so that the person knows exactly what they're getting. And this is 1 sheet of each one represented in that pad, and I was able to get 2 of those and then keep the rest for what I'm working on. I also have been hoarding, I hoard Tim Holtz. I think a lot of you know how much I love Tim Holtz and his designs, his creations. He is, I think, one of the best teachers ever. He shares all of his knowledge. He's kind and funny, and if you ever see his lives or even get a chance to, you know, not while they're live, see him later, fantastic teacher, so wonderful. And with the wallflower, I've been hoarding this. I've been hoarding it. Now, do I need several sheets of this? No. So, again, I took 1 sheet of everything in there, and it's in here. Now, I also go through some of my pads, and I'll say, I will use that. I'll never use that. I will use that one. I don't, you know, I don't think I'll ever use this. And Handsome laughs and says, honey, as soon as you do that, you're going to come into the office and look at me and say, oh, my lands, I needed that 1 sheet of paper that I donated. And when I do that, this is what I do. I don't label them. It's just, this has several different sheets of paper, some double-sided, some not, and paper that I'm pretty sure, even though those have beautiful wild roses on them, I don't think I would use it, and I don't see the sense in having it in a drawer if it's not going to get used. This way it's going to get used. And I also, Tim Holtz, Destinations. And what I try to do with marketing, I try to do what I think most fascinating or the prettiest on the cover. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes if I'm just taking something out of a paper pad, I just, first page I see, second page I see, and then do it that way. So we also have that one. And I've got other things that I package too, things that a lot of my stuff, as you all know, who've been with me for a while, I get my things for 75% off, and or 50, or I've also gotten things for 90, and sometimes I pay full price, and that's usually if it's a very good deal in the first place. But when it comes to pricing these, I have gone, there's one thrift store I go to that has a lot of their money that they get, their church-run organization, they give it back to the community. They have all these programs in the community. And I have gone there and seen the prices that they put on these, and they're very reasonable. And I did speak to one of the women there, and before I even donated to her, telling her I had paper and paper crafting items, and she said, "Oh, please give them to us. They fly off the shelf." So that's really nice to see. There was only like one or two of mine that didn't fly off. The papers fly off right away, but I think it took them like 5 days or something. So that was before the pandemic. I don't know how things will be now. But I don't think most people think this way, but if you're thinking, well, maybe, well, what's in it for me? One, the great feeling you have about helping others and them helping you. Two, tax-wise, depending on how you do your taxes, the majority, Goodwill and the majority of thrift stores, you probably need to look them up, but most of them, your donations are tax deductible. So everybody's helping everybody. You're helping people in your community, and you're helping people, they're helping you, and everybody gets helped. And a lot of creators get to create for, a little less money. And so I thought, let me see if somebody else has posted this. And I didn't, from what I put in the search engine, I didn't come up with anything. But if you guys do this too, please let me know. Please let me know, because if you're like me, you since it's crafting, you might want to, like me, try to make it organized and a little bit pretty with the washi tape. I'm not sure. Scotch tape from Dollar Tree, you get 2 for $1. That works just as well, as long as it holds stuff together, because I have seen people at Goodwill get kind of rough with the paper crafting things, but most people are very respectful of the paper. If they open it and look in it, then they put it back nicely. And I just thought, like I said, Handsome said you guys might be interested. I know I'm interested. If you guys do the same thing, if how you get things and put them together, and how you do it, get it ready to donate. I would love to see it if you have a video out there, and if you don't, I would love to hear what you do in the comments below. That would be so cool of you if you'd let me know. And I'd like to thank everybody for being here, and I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. Bye-bye, everybody. Take good care.